host Louis Carrillo, and we are the Wrestling Smarks.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there?
It's a dark day for WWE jobbers this past week as 11 wrestlers and referees and
11
talent.
jobbers.
Yep.
The head writer got fired too.
A lot of people got the boot.
They had a couple bad segments last night on Raw.
Yeah. 2/3 of 3MB gone. Oksana's gone. She was fine.
Yeah.
Kurt Hawkins is gone. He can no longer act like Edge.
JTG, who's been gone for 2 years almost now, and
7 years, 28 days in WWE,
and got paid to do nothing.
Hell yeah, that man, he had it figured out.
Way to go, JT.
He had a hilarious tweet though. He's like, "Damn, shouldn't have answered my phone."
Next time he knows not to answer his phone.
Teddy Long, WWE. Which sucks. Teddy Long was awesome.
Teddy Long was good. A referee got fired too.
Yeah. Screw him.
Who knows what it was?
Yeah.
Yoshi Tatu was gone as well.
Brodus Clay.
Brodus, the Funkasaurus. Guy who got beat up by Adrian Neville.
He knocked Adrian Neville's teeth out though.
Yeah, he did.
All right. So of the 11 that got future endeavored, who do you think is the biggest disappointment, or who do you wish they didn't out of those guys the most?
They could have done something with Brodus. Brodus could have, when they first introduced Brodus, and he was going to be a monster into the WWE, and then they brought him out as the Funkasaurus, which kind of spelled his doom from there on out, and eventually everybody was going to get worn out with that. So Brodus Clay, he had potential. Also another one, Evan Bourne.
Yep.
They never gave him a chance. He was great. He did have some great matches. He's, I know he's small and all, but he could have done good.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Brodus Clay thing. I thought they could have done a lot more. After he just knocked out Adrian Neville's teeth like a month ago, it seemed like they were going to turn him into like a monster type of. He had the potential, being the shape that man was, that he could be not necessarily like a main event heel, but there's definitely space for him on the roster. He can wrestle all right. He's not horrible. He's nimble enough for a guy that weighs 400 pounds. Hell, Mark Henry's been on the roster since 1996, 97.
Yeah, he's been there. He's been there a long time, long time, early late 90s.
18 years. Because he sent out a tweet. He said he didn't know that the guys got future endeavored and fired, but he was like 18 years in the WWE, hard work or something.
What about the chosen one, Drew McIntyre?
What about three-man band?
Three-man band was.
Who else is supposed to put over people? Like, they were the go-tos to
they were the elite jobbers of the WWE, and now there's just on Heath Slater, who had an impressive.
Heath Slater has instantly turned
seconds.
into Al Snow.
He had an impressive 35 seconds against Alexander Rusev. Rusev. Sorry,
Rusev,
got the first name drop. Won't happen again.
Now,
my bad.
The show starts with the Authority addressing the superstars. How did you feel about how they portrayed this and letting you know what was going to happen?
Heelish antics by the Authority again, right? Of course. That's the way you bring out the subordinates and you come out and this is what you're going to do. This is what's going to happen. Bottom line.
Yeah, I found it a little bit odd that Big Show wasn't there. They had Los Matadores in it.
Yeah.
Really? Really, one of them's gonna be your heavyweight champion?
I doubt it.
Yeah,
give him Curtis Saxon or Ryback in there. They're not. Nobody's gonna be
the big guy.
There's not gonna.
The big guy.
He's not gonna be no champion. Maybe on WWE 2K15 if you play him as a character.
I'll be Ryback. I don't even care.
He'll win a title.
Taking you to the top, Ryback. Also, it was pretty funny and good how they said the Shield was not gonna be in it.
Wait a minute, the Shield.
The members of the Shield.
Call them the Shield anymore?
All right, so Seth Rollins is still wearing his Shield attire, which he needs to get something new. That's kind of weird.
He's not with the team no more. Needs to get rid of that.
Jobber music. It sounds like if you were creating a wrestler in WWE 2K14 or whatever. That's like the generic, butt rock.
Yeah.
Fucking music that you'd hear. And I do know a little bit. I'm a musician. I wrote some theme songs in my day. Check out the show Straight Shoot with my man, the Godfather, Aubrey Sitterson. wrote the theme song. And I'm writing a theme song for the Beard and Hat Connection right now. He's got to finish the drums. So, yeah, I know a little bit about wrestling themes, guys, and that's some butt rock generic garbage. As Dean Ambrose got as well. Dean the Gene Ambrose. Look at him wearing his WCW late 90s, or excuse me, early 90s jeans. Like, he was... What's going on?
Yeah,
with
that's
that?
what I'm saying. He's coming out now with his own entrance music now. That's telling me right there that the Shield is basically done.
I did like the leather jacket. I don't know about the jeans. I hope that was just like him, like, I just got here late. And
Yeah,
this is what
just
I
ran
wear.
in and he had to wrestle.
I was staring at titties. Sorry, guys.
The titty master.
The tit whisperer. Like,
we look up to you, Dean, for that. We love titties too.
Google it. And then we're jumping around here, but Roman Reigns still had kind of the Shield song. Didn't have the cities intros and
introduced the Sierra Hotel India.
Yeah, it was a little bit
Echo,
different,
Lima,
but
Delta.
So you can tell he's the golden child.
Yeah, the Shield is basically done. You know, you're gonna see more of a, Dean Ambrose doing his own thing and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose is gonna be more into the U.S. probably Intercontinental way, and then Roman Reigns more WWE World Heavyweight title reign. But what did you think of the Authority not allowing them into the Battle Royal?
I thought this was awesome. I was hoping that it actually would have portrayed out that way, because that would be such a heel thing to do, and that would just add so much more heat to Triple H and Stephanie. Now, I guess should we go? All right, we'll get back to the matches. You guys probably watched Raw. We'll talk about them. But the Roman Reigns sitting in the back with the old lady Thriller, Roman Reigns, watch out, with the Cougar. Vicky Guerrero, who has 2 coffees in her hand in these huge plastic cups. They're not iced coffees, and they're obviously not hot coffees because they're in these little plastic cups. So she's just serving room temperature coffee that Roman Reigns
went into Dumb and Dumber mode.
Yeah,
with spiking their.
Yeah, what's assumed to be like Visine, because if you put Visine in a drink, it'll give you the shits, or maybe like an X-Lax or something. Either spiking the drink with something.
Yeah, it was laxative or something.
Yeah, acting like a teenager, right? Like he's the golden child. Hey, baby doll. I can't really cut promos that well, and I got 5. I'm studying Cena's way. I've got
what I'm not liking is basically they're putting him into a John Cena role now, where he's gonna be.
He wins all the
baby
time.
Face. He's gonna win all the time.
He does, and
he won the battle.
All right, let's just jump to the battle. All right, well, let's jump around. So let's continue on this. He spikes the drinks. Vicky Guerrero gives it to Stephanie, who drinks it.
Yeah.
Triple H hits his out of her hand on accident.
So he doesn't get to drink it.
Spills it all over her. Asks for another one. She goes, grabs another one. Stephanie cuts an interview for a second.
Mm-hmm. Starts getting sick.
We go back, and now she's in the bathroom. Vicky comes in there. Triple H is like, "Can you check on her?" She's
yeah, you don't check on your own wife.
Yeah, that's
wrong with you, Triple H. I know that's real heelish right there.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's why he's number 1, baby.
Yeah, real heelish right there. You don't even check on your own wife, man. Terrible.
We get, there's been some budget cuts in WWE, and this segment showed it. I mean, it was funny because of how bad. It's like, I like bad movies, and this was like a bad B movie level of puke and acting, and her just Vicky getting sprayed in the face with the vomit from Stephanie McMahon.
This just shows you that the head writer was fired, and Vince McMahon had his way of going in there and saying,
"Yes, this
just
is
vomit
Vince
on
McMahon
somebody."
Humor.
Vomit on humor.
I don't care. She's in the bathroom and you vomit on her. Yeah,
so it's just plain terrible. I didn't enjoy that segment at all. I mean, it wasn't even funny to me. It was funny to you, but I can't.
Oh, it was funny because it was bad. Not like this is comedy gold. Like, this is horrible.
This is just terrible. Why would you want to do that? The vomit thing is too teenager campy type comedy. after 9 o'clock when this happened. There's
Yeah.
more adults watching this now than it is children. Well, it's summertime,
And
so.
then this all leads to the great Roman Reigns talking to Vicky and getting, hey, because Triple H and Stephanie have to leave because Stephanie's sick, and you have to go to the hospital because you're puking. But whatever.
Leave Vicky in charge.
With vomit Vicky Guerrero, or Vicky Vomit Guerrero, who's still covered in puke. Doesn't go to clean up or anything. And Roman Reigns talking to her while she's got puke all over. Oh, if you're in charge, hair swipe for him. Can you put me in the battle royal? And
Well, he kind of threw at her that you're gonna get fired anyway, so you might as well go and give what the fans want, and the fans want Roman Reigns in the battle royal.
Yeah, so he gets put in the battle royal. The most obvious ending, a John Cena-esque ending of this has already been laid down, and let's just jump to this battle royal. You've got Roman Reigns. You got Rusev, who is really good. Who had wrestled a match earlier. You've got
Los Matadores.
Rybaxel. Who else was in it? Kofi
Bo
Kingston.
Dallas was in there. Bo Dallas had a good showing in the.
You gotta believe, baby.
In the battle royal too.
He's making fun of John Cena and a little bit of Tim Tebow. It's pretty good. And a few other the mid card, the state of the mid card right now, and not having any angles with these guys. It's sad. There's so many good wrestlers that these writers just can't piece together anything right now. It's pretty pathetic. But
Ziggler was in there.
Ziggler was, and he got eliminated pretty fast. So you get to see 6,000 Superman punches from Roman Reigns.
A double spear.
A single spear. Another spear, and a dropkick. The guy, I get that he's got the look, but my God, is this guy not ready to be a main eventer? He is getting pushed way too soon. He's not that good on the microphone. He's not horrible. I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but let's be honest here. If Roman Reigns was 25 pounds lighter, if he was like the same build as Ziggler or Ambrose, any of these guys, he's not getting pushed.
He wouldn't be getting the push he's getting right now.
He doesn't have that many moves. I mean, we're looking right now at John Cena 2.0, like on the moveset. Not saying that
John Cena 2014. It's coming up to you,
it's happening
ladies.
right now. If he doesn't continue to get better, we're gonna just see every match be spear, Superman punch, drop kick on the outside, Samoan drop. So
it's gonna be the same 5 set of moves that Roman Reigns currently has now. Is gonna be the whole thing going all the way up until he headlines WrestleMania more than likely.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not horrible by anything, but I just don't think he's the position they're putting him in should be the main event yet.
Not yet.
Give it like another year. Build him up.
He needs more of a moveset. He's popular with the fans right now, but they're gonna push him the way they push John Cena, and he's gonna be doing all that. You can always see with the dad ads that him and his daughter.
It was pretty badass when Rusev and him were the last two in the match. The crowd went bonkers, and I do like that it is new people. So I mean,
that's the future of the WWE right there. So
I will take Roman Reigns in the main event on the condition of dropping John Cena to the mid card.
Yeah.
Which isn't gonna happen, so we're stuck.
It's not gonna happen, But anyways, after the.
So let's go back and we'll backtrack. We're all over the place. Raw happened last night. This is after a day's rest of sinking in, and let's go into actually the big announcement today. For you main eventers that watch the main event, our boy Seth Rollins dropped a bomb that there's going to be a second Money in the Bank match, which will be for the regular Money in the Bank traditional sense that you're going to be the number one contender. He's in it, and there's going to be, we would guess, 6 more guys. So if we were to spitfire who we believe to be guys, I would say...
Bad News Barrett.
Yeah, Bad News Barrett.
RVD.
Okay.
Dean Ambrose, of course. He's got to continue to feud with Seth Rollins, excuse me. Drawing farts again over here. I'd like to see Rusev and Bo Dallas going.
That would be it. I like yours.
That'll be a good little.
I'm going on now. This is just being a dick at this moment.
Mhm.
El Torito, Zack Ryder, Heath Slater, Los Matadores, and let's say
Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods. Yeah, there you go. That way you know Seth Rollins is winning. But no, honestly, I'm gonna say that's just being a dick. But the real thing is I'm gonna say Kofi Kingston because you need his
Hmm.
move set, skill set. It's gonna be really good. Bad News Barrett. Um, yeah, I could see RVD. Bo Dallas would be pretty cool. Rusev, but I don't know if they put Rusev in there because you don't want him losing twice. So like,
Yeah.
Rusev maybe gets put in another squash match at the pay per view. I don't even know what the other matches are. I know there's a tag
They
title
got the
match,
tag title
which
match.
that has
That's it.
Luke Harper.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that. We're gonna do
Wyatt's against
a
the
build up.
Usos.
We're gonna do our predictions for Big Gold, baby. We got Big Gold riding on the line on
Mhm.
who gets better on the predictions.
Mhm.
So we're gonna do a prediction show. So there's a little spoiler alert. Check in a couple weeks or in a week, I guess. Actually, wow.
Probably next week we'll
Yeah,
have
we'll
that
do it
going.
like on Friday, Saturday
Mhm.
ish. We're all playing these by ears. We're pretty sure we're gonna do these every Tuesday night now.
Mhm.
So lock that in. The rest of the stuff, you never know. You never know. All right. So first match is Ziggler Rollins 3.
It was a
It's a
decent
good match.
10-minute match. It was,
It'd be nice if they didn't do all these matches so close together.
Yeah.
Like don't burn the fist. Like, all right, you have a good match. Let's not do it every fucking event that you guys got.
Yeah, well, they had one Monday, and then they had one on main event, and then they had no, I'm sorry,
SmackDown
SmackDown
main
main
event,
event, and now
Raw.
today on Raw. Which, to me personally, the first two were better matches than this one here because it just felt rushed.
Yeah.
This match was
Yeah, they
like a
don't give them
rushed
time. They
match,
don't
you
give them
know.
time to work. It's Raw.
Mhm.
Why on a 3-hour show, your longest one? Why give you guys any time to
Yeah.
actually work?
It was a rush match, 10 minutes long, I think it was,
It
and
was.
then to the finishing with Ambrose coming in.
Now I did like the finish because they finally didn't just have Dolph Ziggler get pinned clean. So you're
Mhm.
not burying him as much as he's been in the past. And it was cool because even though it was like I mean, the first 3 matches were all schmoz endings. It was 80s booking, like Dusty Rhodes was back there doing it, like
All
or
three matches ended
Rowdy
in a
Piper,
DQ.
and I saw a tweet that said, "Is Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Roddy Piper booking these matches?" Because if you watch any of Piper and Hacksaw Jim Duggan's matches from the 80s, those dudes never ever lost clean. It was always
No.
a count out, just running through disqualification. They never were counted 1, 2, 3.
Hacksaw would bring out the 2x4 and hit somebody with it to
Yeah,
get
exactly.
disqualified.
Those guys, they were not fucking getting pinned
No.
by anybody. But moving on, the second match was
Dean Ambrose and Bad News Barrett.
my boy BMB.
Say it. You gotta say it one time.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you guys because he didn't get to say it this week.
No?
Triple H did, but I'll do my best. I kind of have a little cold right now, but I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Triple H did it and was
probably about as good as I do it.
just as good.
I can't do it as Bad News Barrett's the man. He's got it. His beard is glorious. I can't grow my. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. I start looking like a terrorist. People think I get checked.
Start looking like me.
Yeah, there you go. Now there is an awesome promo by who I believe to be the best on the microphone for a wrestler right now, Bray Wyatt. And Lewis, tell me what you thought about the speech and everything. Go over kind of what he was talking about.
Bray Wyatt's speech on Raw was great because he was talking about how he needed to get back into get people back following him the way he was, before Cena dogged him and got him pushed back down to the mid card again, because he, before he had the Cena match with everything going, he was rolling. He was rolling with the promos and everything, and then he loses at WrestleMania, wins at Extreme Rules, and then loses again at Payback. Basically not pushing him at all, but the fans are still cheering for this guy. He's basically given, he asked for a change that what the fans want as a change, and by him winning this match at Money in the Bank will be the start of a change
that would
going into
the
future.
Excuse me. It is pretty awesome that he does have a chance to be champion, and it would be crazy if he does win the championship title.
All three of them.
There's
win
potential,
the titles,
that the Wyatt family could all be champions at the end of this pay-per-view, which would be bonkers.
He said if Eric Rowan and Luke Harper win the titles, he'll take whatever power away from the Usos. Now, my question is, what power did the Usos have?
They've had none since they got the title at WWE. When you get a title right now, they just shit on you. Like, you have all this momentum, and then they give you the championship, and there's like, we're going to have you come out as the guys that help out whoever the Shield or whoever the Wyatts are going against. You're the other two that are gonna attack them now. How awesome is it too when Bray Wyatt comes out when the music's playing and you got all the phone lights in the crowd lighting up the audience in the 2014 version of lighters at a concert. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's looking. I mean, the Wyatts, to me personally, I think are going to be one of the top heels going into the remainder of this year. And if they push them the right way, it should be the way to go. Yeah. I would love to see Bray Wyatt come out of this as a world heavyweight champion, and of course, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan come out as tag team champions, which I think they're definitely going to win the titles. I get the feeling they're going to I have a feeling they're going to finally get the titles off the Usos and have a nice push with these guys as the
Luke Harper's the man. In my eyes, Luke Harper is just dollar signs. The guy is humongous. He can work. The eyes he gives, the looks, when he talks on the microphone, it's awesome. He's got that crazy voice. He's like your Bruiser Brody from back in the day, He's got Mankind. He's got that crazy. If this was in the PG era, if this was still, wrestling like it was, only a few years ago, that man would be bloody a lot. That guy would be bleeding everywhere and bloodying people up too. There would be some brutal, brutal matches if this was a different era. And I mean, I'm not one to say that these guys should cut themselves or, because there's so many, but every once in a while, if it was,
at least on a pay-per-view.
Yeah, one guy at a pay-per-view. How bad is that? Have one guy at a pay-per-view. That, that once a month one guy cuts himself. I'm not asking too much. I'm not asking the guy to get hit in the head with the chair. Come on.
Yeah, no, the chair shots, we got to avoid concussions for that, definitely. We don't need that. And somebody going loop-de-loop over there,
Yeah.
So...
Now, I guess we've kind of skipped on, but the Dean Ambrose BMB match was pretty good. Bad News Barrett can wrestle, and not to be outdone with Ambrose interfering on the first one, Seth Rollins interferes on this one. We've got another schmoz there.
Causes Dean Ambrose to lose by countout.
Yep.
Which because they ended up fighting all the way out into the arena.
Yep.
Which if they didn't do the second Money in the Bank ladder match, I would have liked to have seen maybe Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins go at it in a Falls Count Anywhere match. That would have been a pretty good match, yeah.
Hashtag my wrestling theme band name. We will write your theme songs. Inquire. Hit me up at my Twitter. That's right. Mike Polani, hit me up on my Twitter. I can write you a theme song for your independent wrestler organization or wrestling show. I'll get you the song quick. You just tell me how you want it to sound. I'll make it sound awesome. Also, we didn't mention that Bray Wyatt. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around here. I'm on all these fucking meds right now to get this cold off, so my mind's going everywhere.
Loop-de-loop.
Yep. Yep. We're going in circles here, baby. This is Vince Russo booking. It's just bam, bam, bam.
Just throwing things out there.
Bray Wyatt went against Sheamus, and this was
hard hitting.
Yes, this was way better than this was definitely better than the Last Man Standing match that Bray Wyatt and John Cena just had. Yeah. These guys were fucking going at it, which I like Sheamus. I mean, I do think that it probably would be cool if he was a bad guy, but even the character he's at right now, that guy is having some. Last week, the match with Bad News Barrett was killer. This one, Bray Wyatt, was awesome.
He had a good match with Cesaro on SmackDown,
Yeah.
where he lost the match, but it was, the whole purpose was, this is
Yeah,
funny.
because the roll up.
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah, because
Cesaro won with a roll up, and the whole thing was the promo
Heyman
before
was
he
going
came
up,
out taping his wrist, ready
ready
to
for a
fight,
fight.
and then he pins him with a roll up.
Yep. So
Good strategy by Paul Heyman.
That's how Sheamus had beat Cesaro. So I mean, yeah. But yeah, great match, and then again another schmoz ending the whole first hour. But it progressed stuff. You got the pay-per-view coming up. Why have these clean finishes? It makes sense. Let it happen on the pay-per-view.
I could see Sheamus and Cesaro going at it at Battleground, which is actually going to be here in our home state of Tampa, Florida. Which I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go to that, but maybe whatever.
We have to see, because Cesaro could potentially be the world champion.
It's possible, but if Cesaro doesn't end up being champion at that time,
then
why not have a nice old-fashioned street fight between Cesaro and Sheamus? At Battleground, no holds barred, anything goes, and then just go at it and just beat the hell out of each other, beat the living shit out of each other.
Now
that would be awesome.
After this, what would we have? The Fandango
and Layla against Adam Rose and Summer Rae.
Oh yeah, and that Kevin Hart, our guest host, who Kevin Hart's a huge wrestling fan. What's Fandango? That was great. He didn't know any of these wrestlers.
What's Fandango? What is he wearing?
But it was still funny. But yeah, he definitely didn't know these guys. And Adam Rose scaring him in the back with that.
He's a rosebud though. He ended up doing the fall drop.
He started as a lemon.
Yeah. And now he's a rosebud.
But turned into a rosebud by the
Kevin
power
Hart's
of
funny
Adam
as hell,
Rose.
though. He's funny as hell.
And I love that you had the dancers, Adam Rose and Fandango, going against each other.
Yeah.
That was for a short match. It's pretty entertaining. I liked it. I didn't mind that one bit. I got it.
Right. It got the girls out the way quick because they ended up running in the back, and it let them do their little bit that they did, and it ended, and Kevin Hart came in and he did his little
his
Adam Rose fallback,
Yep. And got carried all the way out
to the back. He enjoyed it. I read his Instagram thing. He said he had a great time doing it, and met up with Triple H and John Cena. So he said he gave his due respect to WWE. So
sweet.
Good for Kevin Hart. He's a good guy.
Let's see. After that, we had the
possible Funkadactyl split.
Oh my god! All right, Oksana gets released, and Cameron comes out with this fart of a match. Paige can go. Paige is an awesome wrestler. It sucks she's got no character right now. They haven't let her talk on the microphone at all. What the hell, WWE writers? She's your champion. She hasn't cut a fucking promo at all, except for the first time when she was supposed to be not ready and scared. When
she won the title, she cut her little crying promo, and that was it. After that, she hasn't cut any promos.
She's a fucking anti-diva. Let her be the anti-diva like she was in NXT. Let her cut some fucking promos. Yeah. For the love of God, just let her do something. Either way, Cameron and the Funkadactyls, they seemed to split because Cameron started healing out a little bit.
Naomi didn't.
Naomi wasn't having a part of it.
She's looking at her like, what the hell are you doing? What's wrong
Cameron is the exact same wrestler that she was from Tough Enough. She has not improved at all. She sucks. I don't even care. This was a stinker of a match. I was happy to see her tap, and hopefully I don't have to see her go against Paige again. But knowing WWE,
more than likely, yeah.
That's gonna be our pay-per-view match.
I hope not. I hope they don't do that. That Money in the Bank have.
I am predicting that one. I am predicting that one tonight.
I'd rather see, let's get on Monday Night Raw. Have the Funkadactyls split up, and then maybe a triple threat match with them going against Paige, them two against Paige, and then, knock Cameron out of the ring and have a one-on-one between Naomi and Paige, which would be good because Naomi can go.
Yeah.
I think Naomi's a pretty decent wrestler in the ring. Yep. She can go. Have them battle out. Paige wins by making this girl Cameron tap out like normal, and then set up a match at Battleground between Naomi and Paige and have a decent Divas match.
Now, I forgot to mention this earlier. How about Damian Sandow Dressed as LeBron James.
In Cleveland, what? In Cleveland.
Oh my!
If you're watching this from Cleveland, sorry, he ain't going back to you guys.
Yeah.
He ain't got
I'm a
nothing
Heat
to
fan.
give
We live
for
in
him.
South Florida. Congrats to the San Antonio Spurs. Not to get into basketball talk, but yeah, congrats. It was hilarious though to see him as LeBron James in Cleveland.
LeBron's not going back to Cleveland, guys. Please don't think that's gonna happen.
But maybe Damian Sandow joins your team. You know,
you can have Sandow. Sandow will more than happy. He'll play for y'all. Probably.
Yes.
No, I don't think he's better than anybody on your team.
He's not better than anyone. Let's see. We had that. Then we had, oh boy, John Cena against Kane in the main event in a stretcher match.
Wait, before we get into John Cena and the boring match, let's liven this up a little bit by doing our a little Stardust.
Oh my God! I was trying to do that as my grand finale, but yeah, okay. So I wanted that, like, Cody Rhodes, since the Payback pay-per-view, said, he left. He's like, you deserve a better partner.
Mm-hmm.
He tried having Sin Cara as Goldust's partner, and then R-Truth, and that was both horrible.
Terrible.
And then he told him last week at Raw that he had someone that was gonna magnify his star,
increase his star.
Yeah. And Goldust comes out. And then fucking Stardust, who looks like the Starman from the old NES wrestling, a winner is you.
Game, yeah.
And like, a little bit David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust.
Mm-hmm.
The eyes, did you notice his contacts? His eyes were red.
Yeah.
And like, everything about it, it's awesome because, all right, he's a great wrestler, Cody Rhodes. But he's
is a great
had
wrestler,
no real character, he's just a clean-shaven white guy,
You got to think of it too. He's basically the same thing as his brother was. When Dustin Rhodes first came to WWE,
natural.
he was the natural Dustin Rhodes. He was, Dusty Rhodes' son. He was getting beat up by Ted DiBiase and Virgil, and
SummerSlam '90.
It was just not. He didn't find his gimmick till he became Goldust. Once he became Goldust, he started with the gimmick. Everybody was liking it. Everybody was freaked out at first.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Which people are going to be freaked
Scott
out
Hall,
about this
Razor
at
Ramon
first.
would not wrestle him.
Yeah, he was kind of scared of it, a little.
But this Twitter last night blew up when this happened. My God, everyone was talking about it. It's over like Rover. This is definitely reinvigorated the tag team, division. You've got a great tag team again. People are interested in Goldust and Stardust. I mean, are they just called Dust? Like, what is it? Dust in the Wind or something?
I don't know what the tag team name
What is going to be the tag team name? Like, Golden Stardust? It was awesome. 58 seconds is all the match lasted, and it was just Stardust. I can't call it. He's no longer Cody Rhodes. He's Stardust. Stardust kicking ass.
Yeah.
For 58 seconds. I think it was just Curtis Axel.
His finishing move was pretty good too. He did almost like a reverse RKO from the top rope, down, which was pretty cool. That was a good finishing move, and I see good things coming up for this tag team.
I am betting all in on this. I fucking putting all the money in the table.
I can't bet in on it yet. I got to see how it goes over the next couple of weeks, but I do like the way that
I'll give you a hint.
Giving something to
fans going crazy. Yeah. Asses jumping out of
seats. They went crazy yesterday.
Yeah.
It was pretty good yesterday, but I need a couple more matches, but I think it's going to be definitely good as well. But I can't be 100% sold into it until I see more out of it.
We get the greatness of Stardust. It was only a few minutes, and the joy is lasting. It's a whole day later now, and I'm still happy as hell about it.
Yep.
And then we get a wet fart of Kane and fucking John Cena in the most obvious and like really is Kane gonna be in the oh no John Cena because fucking John Cena
we didn't know that John Cena was gonna win this.
Yeah, like just when you think John Cena has been put to the side. Nope, main eventing, going for a title again.
It's got to be in his contract or something
Yeah,
that he's
no
got to
one
be like this,
cares. Like, I mean,
If you're not,
if you're
let's
over the
say
age of
under,
7,
no,
I
I
don't know.
would say
If you're probably, I'd say, what, a teenager.
any
If you've hit puberty,
12 and under.
I don't see if you've hit puberty how you can like John Cena. Like,
13 and under, I
yeah,
can
like
see, people are still into Cena because he does the young thing. He almost stuck his middle finger out yesterday. Did you see that?
no, did he really?
Yeah, he was doing the 5 reasons, and he's like, you got to read between the lines, and he went down here, down here, down here, and then he said, he ruined it by doing that. I was like, God, come on,
He's such a cornball. Like, eh, what a horrible match, right? Like let's not even. I mean, I've given Cena some credit earlier this year and stuff in certain
yeah.
matches. He's had some good matches, but oh my.
You got to think too.
Well, all right, real quickly,
You got to look at the both participants too. You can't
Kane,
totally blame
who
Cena.
this is what does annoy me about the WWE writing right now is Daniel Bryan was the champion
Mm-hmm.
and was scared of Kane, couldn't he beat him at the pay-per-view, but it was like with a forklift and then the next night he's running away and stuff from him. John Cena with my God, John Cena and his throwing the fucking steps in your face. That is just it's so like it's Cena. Like let me do a move that it doesn't do anything to me and it's basically super dangerous for the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
And Cena, Randy Orton and Seth Rollins.
Randy Orton
in.
on vacation again?
He broke. He was on vacation.
He wasn't there
no, he came out.
He did come out.
Yeah, he came out. He RKO'd Cena.
That's right. Yeah.
And
that's why I might have fell asleep during that match. Or something,
I don't blame you.
that.
I wish I could have fallen asleep during that match. Cena, like you've got Seth Rollins and Randy Orton. These guys are 2 main eventers. They do their finishers to him. What was it? I think I can't remember. My mind doesn't. I don't know if it was Roman Reigns. Someone came out. I don't know. You guys that are watching this, you figure it out. I apologize. Don't hate on us too much. It was a bad match. I really wish I could forget it.
The way it ended with Cena, pushing Kane.
I saw someone. They're like, why don't they just put the thing at the finish line? Put the dude on your shoulder, carry him, and throw him onto it instead of that. And like
that's what he did. Basically, he
tried doing that, but then he wound up.
He rolled him up the thing, but Kane got up. He did the AA again on him, which just looked like a fireman carry over. On it and pushed him over. It wasn't a good main event. The beginning of Raw, I would say the first
hour was awesome.
Hour was great.
The Battle Royal, because of like the Rusev Reigns moment. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Stardust
was great.
Highlight of the night. And I will segue. I'm going to nominate my wrestler of the week of the night. Stardust. Is my wrestler of probably the month. Stardust. I have not been this excited and happy about something in a long time. This is so good on so many levels. I'm going with Stardust. Who's your wrestler of the week from this past Raw?
I'm gonna go with Bray Wyatt. Reason being is the killer promo he had on Raw last night. That promo was I was just hooked on it. I was just listening. I rewound my DVR twice just to listen to it again. Then his match with Sheamus was really good too. He had a really good match with Sheamus. If I like the Stardust mention for Wrestler of the Week, but I mean I have to go with more of a promo and a quality match too. Let
me ask you: did Cesaro wrestle anyone on this? I'm feeling like did Cesaro do anything on this Raw? Was Heyman up?
Heyman was the only one that mentioned Cesaro. His name in that promo. He's
Cesaro
like he was saying he's yelling.
He's the only one that's got
spoiler.
Yep. Oh my god. All right, we have to get into Heyman real quickly. Heyman is like, it wasn't a prediction about Brock Lesnar. Look at this shirt. Look at this shirt this man's wearing.
He conquer, repeat.
He conquered the streak. And he's like, it wasn't a prediction, it was a
It's a
spoiler. Just like it's not a prediction that Cesaro is going to win the Money in the Bank. It's a spoiler. Oh man, I love it. I
Paul
love
Heyman is
Heyman.
awesome.
He's one of my all-time favorites as just a total character. He's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's see. What do you take out of this Raw? You know, like what do you?
The first hour, 2 hours of Raw was good. You know, really, I mean, leading up to that Cena Kane match was everything was good. It was a decent match. Literally, I fell asleep watching that match. You know, it's just it's like one of those sleeps where you're like in and out. You're fighting to watch, so I miss a bunch of spots.
It's John Cena. That's
I can't, unfortunately, I can't blame the whole thing on Cena because Kane is not the same wrestler he used to be either. You know, he's up there in age. You know, eventually he's gonna have to retire.
Yeah.
And pass it along, man. But that was a terrible match. Which they could have. I think that was like 16, 17 minutes of pure hell, which they could have shaved it down to 10 minutes and given an extra maybe 3-4 minutes to Rollins and Ziggler and Ambrose and Bad News Barrett, or even Bray Wyatt and Sheamus. Give that match a little bit longer. Which, by the way, the best 3 matches on Raw ended in freaking countouts and DQs.
But I can understand that just because the pay-per-view, just because
but it's still, I mean, you want to see a winner.
Yeah, you do, but I get it. Just because you don't want to bury any of because of the people that were all involved, you don't want to bury any of them.
You don't want to bury, especially. I understand in Sheamus and Bray Wyatt's match ending it because they're in the paper.
They're in the Money in the Bank, so you gotta
match. But Rollins and Ziggler finally, doesn't make Ziggler look too bad by getting that, but. Ambrose and Bad News Barrett, I would have liked to see somebody come out as a pinfall winner, not a count-out winner.
We talked Raw pretty well. Let's backtrack just a little bit. I want to go over one of my favorites. Bo Dallas versus R-Truth on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah.
How great, R-Truth comes out doing his what's up, and Bo Dallas is in the back trying to dance and trying to, say what's up with him and stuff. And, and then he's, gets the mic, he, takes the microphone, he's like, hey, what's going on? And the crowd just hating him, and then Bo Dallas wins again.
Yeah.
He's got a great undefeated streak.
He's 7-0.
He is
7-0.
You gotta believe, guys. He's
definitely believe. Well, I guess we're coming close to the end now.
Yeah, I mean,
so we got our wrestlers of the week.
We're going to be doing a prediction show. I would say the pay-per-view is not this Sunday. It's the following Sunday, the 28th?
The 29th.
29th, there we go.
29th of...
it's a Sunday, if you guys can't figure out what night it's on.
So, I would say the week before, we'll be having
we'll do it, we're going to do a Raw. Show. So we'll be back next week on Tuesday doing another prediction. Or, no, excuse me, not doing another prediction. Fuck. Meds doing a review of Raw and
final Raw before Money in the Bank, which should be good.
The take-home show. So we should see 3 hours of John Cena next week. Just a parade of Cena.
That's my Stephanie McMahon vomit.
No, we'll talk about Raw. We'll do a prediction show, and maybe we'll even talk some NXT. You guys, if you have the network. Watch NXT. NXT is the most entertaining wrestling show that's on of all WWE programming right now. Every week, it's an hour of just fun, awesome matches, good character development. It's awesome. I cannot rave enough about NXT, and I think we will include a little tidbit of what happened. What happened the previous Thursday of that little week of wrestling. It's a mostly
Legends
Raw
House
review.
Ended too.
Yep, they're doing a reunion show so we'll
Pat Patterson is gay.
Surprise to everybody.
Yeah.
We'll talk about mostly Raw, but we'll sprinkle in some other stuff. Next weekend, probably Saturday or Sunday during the day, depending on what our schedules with work and stuff's like. We will do a prediction show about what we believe is going to happen at the pay-per-view, and we'll see who did better and win our next show. And hopefully we have a really good Raw. Hopefully we have a really, really good pay-per-view. Money in the Bank, I think with 2 Money in the Bank matches, one for the traditional, one for the title, this should be one hell of a show. These guys should be going crazy. Hopefully it's not John Cena. And if it is, my God, whoever wins the Money in the Bank match before better fucking come down there and cash in and win. Anything else? Any last thoughts?
No last thoughts for me. I would say thanks for joining us again. Follow us, our hashtag.
Follow us on Twitter
at LewisLumatic51
and Mike Bamonte. All right, wrestling fans, till next week, I'm Mike Bamonte with my co-host Louis Carrillo. We are the Smarks, and we want to thank you for watching us again this week.
Yep, yep.